here, and I'm sorry I haven't been posting this story lately due to the fact I keep forgetting it and continue focusing on the other stories. But right now, I'm going to continue reading Battle for Max's Heart, Chapter 17. Before we get started, please hit that like button, comment, subscribe to the channel if you guys want more creepypasta fanfictions out there. That's all then, let's get started. Max's point of view. What? I yelled. Jeff nodded and continued. Some people use this sign to have a deal with the devil. They kill people to have power to do what they want, and when they want it. But why did I draw this? Max, I said. I don't know, but we'll find out who's making you draw it. Maybe they want something in return, he said. I sighed as I walked outside to clear my mind out of those signs. Unfortunately, it didn't work. I kept walking back, and I heard a voice. I got up and saw no one there. Who's there? I said. No answer. Maybe I'm just tired, I thought. Then I heard a bullet shot, and I jumped. I looked at the woods and ran in the dirt. In there, I ran until I heard another bullet shot and a woman scream. I tried to follow the screams, and I tripped. I fell hard on the ground, and my head started to bleed a little. I got up and tried to see, but everything was getting blurry all of a sudden. I can't, I heard a woman say. Yes, you can. On the count of 3, said a man. Okay. I love you, said the woman. I love you, said the man. Then I heard 2 bullets, and I screamed. I ran since my vision was blurry, and I bumped into a tree and getting knocked out. Jeff's point of view. I was playing with my knife when I heard Max scream all of a sudden. I ran out of the manor, and I couldn't find her anywhere, so I ran inside the woods and started screaming her name. I've been searching for her about an hour, and I still couldn't find her. I walked back to the manor until I found a body laying on the ground. I walked up to see who it was, and I started running. When I recognized who it was, Max. Finally reaching her, and she was bleeding from her head. I touched her cheek, and she was freezing and messy. I looked around to see what happened. All I found was her blood on a tree and the ground. Then I saw the sign again in her blood. Why would someone draw that in her blood? I thought. An instant. I expected her for a little bit until it was getting dark, so I picked her up and walked back to the manor and placed her in my bed. I went downstairs and gone killing for the night until dawn. I came back with blood covering my knife and some of my clothes all over, and I went upstairs to change. Right after I changed, I lay next to Max and pulled her closer to me. Then I put on my eye mask and went to a deep sleep. Max's point of view. I woke up and finding myself in Jeff's bed. He was sleeping next to me, and he was kind of drooling. I giggled, and then everything from yesterday came back. I remembered was the couple that killed each other in the woods with guns. It was painful to think that it was giving me a headache. I shook it off and got changed into a Dumb Ways to Die Psycho Killer t-shirt, blue jeans, black Jordans, and a red beanie that says cash on. Right after I changed, I wasn't in the mood to eat breakfast, so I went to the living room and started to watch ridiculousness. I watched for a little until I started to hear voices behind me. I turned around. I saw no one was behind me. I looked back at the TV and turned it off. I closed my eyes. and was telling myself it was just in my head, was playing with me. Then Jeff came and sat next to me. "Good morning, beautiful," he said. "Morning." Jeff looked at me and then turned the TV on and continued watching ridiculousness. "Max," he said. I looked at him. "Yeah? Did you draw something in the woods last night?" he said. I shook my head. "No. Why?" "Well, someone must have drawn something in the woods last night," he said. "Well, last thing I remember, that I bumped into something and everything went black." I said, "What?" he said in shock. "I heard a couple killed themselves in the woods with guns last night," I said, looking away. "Max, there was no dead couple in the woods last night. I looked all over the woods, and all I found was you on the floor next to that sign, in your blood," he said. "What? I heard them," I said. "That must have been the dead couple who died years ago," he said. I said, "Yeah, wait." I said, "What?" He said, "What do you mean someone drew the sign in my blood?" I said. He sighed. "Max, when I found you last night, someone drew that human sacrifice sign in your blood and—" "And what?" I said, scared. "In your blood, someone wrote, 'We'll be back soon,' next to the sign," he said.